Hey there, it's Dusty Thunder once again with another Reddit story for you. This one comes from AITAH, but the H is silent. It's not, really. And is titled, Am I the Astronaut for Asking a Wedding Guest to Leave and Stay Out of My Way? I, 40 female, am a wedding photographer. Okay, not sure how we feel about this. It's not OP's wedding. Okay. To start, this story is a bit long, but let me give you some background. When I book a wedding, I make it very clear to the bride, we'll call her Amber, 19, and groom, let's call him Sam, 19. These rules apply with their permission. No phones allowed in the ceremony. If there are any photos they want private, please let me know. This is the couple's decision. I will not hold back to tell people to put their phones down or to not step in front of me with the couple's permission. I knew within the first 50 minutes of guests arriving, including the groom's mother, let's call her Susan, and the bride's aunt, let's call her Karen, for good reason, that this would be a long day. During the ceremony, as Amber was walking down the aisle, Susan decided she wanted to place herself so close to the aisleway that as I am trying to capture Sam's face, I did my best to work around her without actually placing myself in the aisle. Thankfully, as I have begun editing, I think I will be able to edit and possibly remove her from the photo. Thank God for Photoshop. This was only the beginning of her being in my way. The rest of the ceremony went beautifully. After the ceremony ended, everyone was asked to move to the reception hall so we could continue on with taking photos. After all the basics, family and wedding party photos, I asked everyone besides Amber and Sam to head out so we could get their solo and couple shots done. The session was one of the ones that they had requested to stay private. I made sure the room was empty before we began. We started with a beautiful shot of Amanda propped on the piano and Sam standing beside her. As I was posing them, I saw Karen at the front door with her phone out recording. I sighed, took a deep breath, and turned to her. Ma'am, I'm sorry, but I need you to leave the room. These photos are for the bride and groom only, and per their request, they don't want anyone recording or taking photos besides me. She huffed a bit, rolled her eyes, and had put her phone away, and then headed back to the reception. After this, cue us heading outside to get photos of them under the beautiful arches and large wooden French doors. As I begin posing Amanda in front of the big doors, here comes Susan. Oh my gosh, that's so beautiful, she said. Thank you, but please go inside. This is a private session, I said politely. I'm just watching, she retorted. I tried to hold in my bitch look face and smiled. I understand, but this was a request by the bride and your son to keep things private, I said. Please go inside. I can't begin until you go, I said. Again, the huffy sigh, and I swear the tiny foot stopped before she headed inside. You would think this would be where it ends, but it doesn't. Now we get to the part where I think I might be the asshole. During the father-daughter dance, here comes Karen with her phone to record the entire thing. Over my shoulder. I don't care if guests take photos or videos of these moments, and neither did Amanda or Sam, but she was directly over my shoulder and occasionally stepping in front of me to get close up. I took a deep breath and tried to take the red I was seeing to a light pink before I turned around to her. Ma'am, Amanda and Sam have paid me to do this job. I need you to stay out of my way or I'm going to have to ask you to go sit down. I cannot capture these moments if you are constantly in my way and interrupting, I said, probably with a bit of sass. I'm family, she said. I get that, but this is my job and you're interfering with it. Now please step aside or go sit down, I snapped. Yes, snapped. Snapped so hard I'm pretty sure she got whiplash. Word whiplash. So yes, I did my best to be professional, but I have had enough. I worry I may have been too rude, and the way her and her entire table glared at me for the rest of the night, I worry I may not have handled this the right way. So, am I the astronaut? I have an opinion on this, but I want to know what you guys think first. Magic drop. Yeah, this is why wedding photographers charge so much, because they got to deal with this kind of bullshit. This is also why I don't shoot weddings. But it's an NTA for me, and I can tell you, maybe not from experience, but I can tell you in my professional experience and professional dealings with other photographers that the ones who take charge are the good ones. The ones who take charge are the ones that the bride and groom can trust. And as the bride and groom, as the customers of this thing, having someone that they know can trust and handle all the bullshit that they don't want to have to deal with on their special day is worth a premium. If, as a wedding photographer, she just let all of this shit happen and collapse around her, it would have harmed the essence of the images and the scenes that she was capturing. It would have tainted them. It would not have been the pure thing that bride and groom were looking for. Now, here's the shitty part. I'm guessing Mama A or Mama B probably paid for at least a portion of these wedding photos. So that is probably some kind of bitch exhibit A as they are talking to bride and groom and super mad about this. I'm probably leaving a shitty Google review. So just be aware, OP. But also be aware that when someone leaves a negative review, how you respond to that matters more than the review itself. So I think if you gave a simple explanation, other people who are prospective clients seeing that would be like, oh yeah, totally. I want this person to do this kind of thing for me. And they know. They know.